It is live.
There we are.
Hey.
We are live. So where in the world is Bill Brown?
Where am I? Who can guess? Okay, wow. I need to wear my glasses because everybody's...
I know.
Where am I?
You are in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. Yeah, there's...
So you've gone from Windy Drive to the Windy City.
I'm at Millennial Park. In Millennial Park. At Millennial Park. Anyway, I'm here. I don't know where I am. I just wandering mostly. I was in between big buildings. Now I'm in a park, and hopefully I'll see the lake at some point. So, and I have coffee. Woo!
Did you like my little pun?
No, sorry. I'm kind of scattered today.
I said you've gone from Windy Drive to the Windy City.
Oh, Windy Drive, Windy City.
There we go. Hey, Carlos is joining in this morning.
Carlos, I can't see you, but hello. I just watched church this morning.
Oh, that was so, wasn't it?
I can't hear you. You're being all like blah, blah, blah.
Oh, and Tammy Reed says good morning.
Good morning, Tammy Reed. What did you say right before that? Was that Tammy
I said it was a really good Sunday. It was nice having Steve and Connie Larson there as well as Patty Larson. It was just a great start to our first of 2 mission Sundays.
Okay, give me just a sec.
Okay.
Sorry, I had 2 earbuds in and one fell out. That's what I was trying to do, and I'm trying to see where it is.
This is quite entertaining.
Well, I don't know where oh, here it is. Okay, found it.
I hope it didn't fall in your coffee. That would be
No,
disaster.
There's a lid on my coffee, so crisis averted. Ta-da.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. Wow.
Okay, so I got to tell you.
I'm used to having this like sitting on something. Okay, and these earbuds don't work very well, so if anybody has Apple earbuds, tell me how to get them to stay. Oops, Siri.
Okay, I just lost audio on you. Okay, now you're back.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, is find my other earbud because they won't stay in my ears. So
okay, I think the answer is duct tape.
Duct tape, it might. Yeah, this one is like seriously keeps falling out.
Tape them over your ears. Tape them on your ears.
Okay,
that'll work.
I just won't move.
So Theresa has joined in as well.
Sorry, guys. Hi, Theresa. Sorry for my little earbud crisis. Oh, okay. So can I tell you a funny story? Okay, so we got to the hotel last night, me and Miranda. Okay, backstory. I came out here to meet Miranda, and then we went to Moline, where we used to be youth pastor. Me and Mark did the youth ministry at the church there, and it was amazing. And that's where we had our kids, and 2 of our kids, and they grew up there. No, kind of. Anyway, we were there for 5 years, so we went back to visit. I'm a little scattered, and the funny story. So yeah, coming back here to Chicago, and then we got in our hotel, and then our air conditioner didn't work, so it was like super humid and sticky, and it wasn't getting any cooler. So I was like, our air conditioner doesn't work. So they moved us to a different room, like it was like down the hall, but in our room it had this super cool green chair, like this color green. It was this color. It was amazing. So when we moved to our room, I like took the chair and moved it down the hall, and then put the chair that was in that room back in the other. 12 o'clock at night, I'm moving chairs around the hotel room. So anyway, it was funnier when it was happening at 12 o'clock. How are you doing? How is church? How is everybody since I wasn't there?
We're doing well. Theresa just asked if you're at Millennium Park.
And
the answer to that is yes.
Yes.
Good eye, Theresa. Good eye. And Carlos said, Carlos said that the best way to keep the pods in your ears is with crazy glue. So.
Okay, you almost made me spit out my coffee. That was hilarious.
That would have been even more entertaining. That would have been good. Well, here's
yeah. Oh, sorry.
So it wasn't quite midnight, but it was late at night when I remembered that it's trash night now on Sunday night. So as I took the trash cans out, I looked up in the sky, and I was like, that has to be a lunar eclipse. That looks so much.
It was a full moon last night.
But it was also a lunar eclipse. I had no idea that there was a lunar eclipse. So cool. I just happened to walk outside and look up, and it's like, that's got to be an eclipse, because you could see like the moon with the outline of the Earth over it, and just a little sliver of the moon on top. And I'm like,
yeah.
How awesome is that to just walk outside for trash night, not even knowing? Because usually I'm all over that stuff. Usually I notice when planets.
Oh yeah, you're like. You're like into the whole star thing.
So to somehow miss that there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse and still catch it, I mean, that was pretty cool. But you asked about the weekend.
No, I knew there was a lunar eclipse, but it was like totally cloudy and kind of rainy here.
It was so clear. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's so cool. Was it red?
Well, yeah, it was. It was. But when when I saw it, though, it was mostly covered by the shadow. So it was almost full eclipse when I saw it. So I saw more like, the faint moon. Yeah. It was just amazing timing to walk out and see the lunar eclipse. So nice. I mentioned something about Sunday, but
Sunday. Sorry.
But you had the opportunity to go back to Moline. Now, for those of you that don't know, we moved away from Moline in 2002. So it's been
20 years.
20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird. Oh, hey, that looks better.
So without, going into too much detail of all your time there, how was it being back for the first time in?
It was, oh my gosh. Okay, so we got there like 1:00 in the morning Friday night. We were there Saturday and left around like 2:00 on Sunday. We managed to eat ice cream 4 times. That is like one of my favorite things about Moline. They have these 2 ice cream places that are right next to each other. One is soft serve. It's like the most amazing soft serve you've ever had, ever. It's like custardy, and it's just like, it's like really solid, and it's amazing. It's so good. And so we get the chocolate soda there. So I got a chocolate soda at Country Style with like, actual soda water chocolate. And then at Whitey's, which is the other ice cream store that has like, that's not soft serve, it's like hard scoopy serve. But I got a slushy float, like you have like slushy things, like slushies.
Like a cherry slushy, yeah.
Yeah, with ice cream. And they have like the most amazing ice cream in the whole wide world. Besides, I can't decide. Miranda is for Country Style, and I think I'm more Whitey's, because I used to make Mark get those when I was pregnant. I'm like, bring me home a slushy freeze or a slushy float. So anyway, but yeah, I felt really sick last night because we ate ice cream. Like, we got the ice cream, and then we went to get gas in the car, and then we got more ice cream, and then we drove to Chicago.
That's crazy.
And we ate all the pizza too. So, and then we're gonna eat Chicago pizza. So
I was about to say, you ate all the pizza before going to Chicago.
Yeah, and then we're gonna eat Chicago pizza. They have taco pizza there. Anyway, so other than eating, we connected with a couple of good friends. It was amazing. It was just, it's cool to go back. You know how like God always told the Israelites to, set up the stone as a memorial so you'd remember. And sometimes, like, going back to places you had significant, where you saw God work in significant ways in your life, it's just really cool. Like, I picked up a couple sticks from the ravine where we used to live, and I want to make something out of them. And Miranda like picked up a stick from the school she used to go to. And it's just, just those remembrances of, oh, you know what, this was a very significant time in my life, and God did amazing things, and like remembering what God did. Because like, I remember when Cassie was born and there were some complications, and just how God gave us the peace, and he gave us people to surround us. Some of my best friends that I haven't kept in touch with, sorry, Tarina and Diane, are in Moline, and to reconnect with them and to remember just that it's cool. Because one of my friends, Diane, she said, it's like I saw you yesterday. And that's just when you're in the body of Christ and you have that, you care for each other, you pray for each other, even though we haven't really seen each other in about 17 years, we just kind of picked up where we left off. We were sharing deeply about struggles we were having in our lives, and how God was sustaining us and what we were doing and what God was doing in our families. And, it was just like so natural. It's so awesome. Great.
Well,
so,
anyway. And I've got to throw in too, just one last thing about Moline, and shout out to any Quad City people who may be watching the 10 at 10. You mentioned some people have been watching the 10 at 10s from Moline. That was pretty cool.
I know. It's like, I don't think people actually see this. I'm like, I'm just talking to a screen, and I'm like, whatever.
But the one last thing I wanted to mention is the church where we used to serve. The youth pastor preached, And 20 years ago, he was I think, fifth grader, had not yet made it into the youth ministry we were leading. And it was so cool because when you told me about it, I went back and, watched his sermon last night at home.
Oh, yeah.
It was just so encouraging to see, the guy that we remember as a fifth grader, to now see him celebrating that he has been at the church 6 years, and these graduates were sixth graders when he came, and now they've been under his ministry that was just awesome. But anyway, it was great.
It was cool.
It was great here as well. I mean, it is always good when Steve and Connie come back to the bridge, and Mission Sunday, and Patty Larson. She just has an amazing ministry in India. We went out to lunch afterwards, and just to hear the stories between everybody talking. The Aspinwalls were there, the Cregos were there, and the Larsons. Just hearing all these different stories of ministry, and just it was just a great time. And of course, this Sunday there's so much going on. It's the International Food Fair. It's going to be it's going to be a send-off for the Brooks as well. That will be both.
It will be a celebration and a sadness. Excited about their new ministry, and God's going to use them in amazing ways there. I mean, they're an amazing family, but we're so sad that we're all, one thing that was what Steve said, that we're all a part of the body of Christ. Being a church isn't a building. Being a church is part of, how did he put it? Like part of a group, like
an assembly, a gathering. Yeah.
Yes.
The called out assembly. Yeah.
Yeah. We're called to something. Act, be, assemble, follow God.
but it's not about the building. Yeah, it's
right. And so it's not like we're losing Jacob and Janessa and Alana and Rosalina. I mean, they're still a part of the body of Christ in our body. They're just not in our actual congregation, which is great. I mean, I think supporting everybody in the Quad Cities, because we're all trying to help people grow in their relationship with God, and tell people about Jesus, and just honor and glorify God through all that. So anyway, I love the Brooks, so sorry for that little monologue there.
No, that's okay. But it's just I'm going to tie in something from the sermon at Homewood, from Andy Martinez's sermon yesterday, because he talked a little bit about Caleb, and I thought this was so cool. He talked about when they in Joshua, when they come into the land, and he's like, no, give me the hill country. I'm just as strong as I was, when I was a 20-year-old, now that I'm in my 80s. And he just talked about the privilege of a really hard assignment. And I just thought that was awesome. And as I think about,
interesting.
Yeah, isn't that great? The privilege of a really hard assignment. This is what he wanted. He didn't want the easy flatlands. He wanted to go do something, that was challenging, because that's where you trust the Lord. That's where, and I don't know, just thinking about Jacob and Janessa moving into a full-time ministry at this season of life, thinking about just the challenges of Mission Sunday as how we can engage the mission that God has called us to, how we can be the fragrance of Christ, which is a sweet smell for some people and a stench for other people. I don't know, as I was just kind of processing all these things coming in, both from here off Windy Drive and there at the Windy City. It
is a little windy today.
It was just interesting, for some reason that phrase just really resonated with me, the privilege of a really hard assignment for the Lord. And Paul Plaxton just joined in. He can identify with a really hard assignment from the Lord. But just to keep serving. Well, this is crazy now, because we've got Quad Cities, we've got a little bit of Redlands, we've got we just need somebody from Virginia to sign on, and then
my parents are in Virginia. They'll probably watch it at some point.
That's true.
Are they? Yeah, they're still there.
But anyway, we've gone a little long today, but
sorry.
Just wanted to touch base.
Windy.
And it is. They call it the Windy City for a reason.
It is a little windy here.
But
trying to get my hair not in my face.
I just want to encourage those of us from the Bridge Church, just to keep seeking, what the Lord would have us to do, and who we can, be caring for, encouraging, talking to, praying with, sharing the gospel with. Mission Sundays are a great time to not just think about the mission overseas, but the mission right here in the Conejo Valley, and who the Lord places in our lives that we can be just sharing the love of Jesus with.
even me being in Chicago, you know, as I was listening to that message, just as you know, I don't remember if he said this, but just as you go. And I was just thinking, you know, it's easy to get in your own little bubble. It's like, oh, hey, I'm, you know, because Miranda's working today. So I'm just wandering around downtown Chicago. And it's like, oh, I've got this agenda. This is what I want to do. But, you know, just being open to being kind and sharing God's love. And, you know, I don't know. It's just that was very humbling and encouraging because I can be a little selfish and want to just do my own thing because it's, you know, it gets messy getting into people's lives and stuff. And I don't know. I was challenged to actually, you know, get to know people, get into people's lives, not just be self-centered. You know, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Very much
so. Anyway, that's my challenge or Steve's challenge to me today is, you know, as I'm wandering around, just share God's love with people and be kind and don't be selfish and, you know, look for opportunities to glorify God.
That's a good word. Let's make that the last word.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good Monday, May 16th. And we'll see you for some international food. That'll be awesome.
Next week.
On Sunday. All right. God bless.
Bye.